Today I'm going to be giving 5 tips on how to get out of debt and how to start saving money. If this is your first time watching my channel is about financial independence, giving tips to young people about how to reach an early retirement. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And if you have a tip that has helped you personally, go ahead and comment below so that we can kind of help each other out here and share those tips. So let's jump right into it. So tip number 1 is going to be your mindset. So you're going to have to go ahead and admit that you're broke, admit that you can't afford stuff. Maybe it's going out to eat a couple times a week, maybe it's golfing, whatever it happens to be that you're doing consistently. That is hurting your expenses. For the most part, you know what that is. It's just hard to admit sometimes, but you really have to admit that, and then probably set a goal. Maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $5,000, maybe it's a few months worth of expenses. You got to go ahead and set that goal, and then reverse engineer it and find out how can you get to that goal. What do you need to cut? What do you need to change in your life? How much money do you need each month in order to get to that goal? Because once you get there, you won't have to stress about money any longer. So you want to go ahead and change your relationship with money so that it's not constantly something you worry about. It's something that works for you, something that is not stressful. So you're going to go ahead and have to start understanding it and having a good relationship with it, really, which comes from learning about what it is. So that would be my first tip. So my second tip would be focus on the big things. For most Americans, 30% of their budget, I think it's 37% or something like that for some, is spent on housing. So maybe you can live in a smaller place, or maybe you can house hack, maybe you can move closer to work in a smaller place or something like that. So you got to figure out a way that you can manipulate that a little bit. This is not going to work for everyone, but if it is an option for you, or if you're thinking of buying a house or getting an apartment soon, just go ahead and think of the impact that's going to have, and if you will be just as happy living somewhere else that might be cheaper. And then again, if you're able to move closer to work, maybe you won't need a car and you're able to Uber when you do need a car, and then just bike to work, and you will save, multiple thousands of dollars on a car each year, and that can really help get you kick-started. Also, I would not get a new car. This can really impact your finances in a negative way. The depreciation on it's crazy, and then the monthly payments can really make it hard to go ahead and save money and get ahead on your finances. And also, it might be getting a raise at work. If that's something you're able to do, maybe you make yourself more valuable at work somehow by taking training or something like that, and you try to get a raise. A lot of people don't negotiate their pay as much as they can. So just go ahead and see if that's something that is an option for you personally. Step number 3 is you gotta be smarter about how you're spending your money, really. So like, let's say you're going to Starbucks or Dunkin's a couple times a week, maybe 3-4 times a week for coffee, which a lot of people do. It's easy, but maybe you can go ahead and get a couple $100 coffee maker instead, and you can go ahead and have better coffee at home. You can go ahead and get good coffee, and you can have that at home, and it'll be better than the stuff that you're spending 3-4 times as much for, and you'll save hundreds of dollars at the end of the year, even if you have a better thing. Or maybe it's like, maybe it's your groceries, maybe you're buying junk food and soda and stuff like that. You can go ahead and just buy produce, fresh produce, or like healthy options, and then just cook in bulk so that you always have food around and you're able to not have to cook every day. So it can actually save you time and money and live a happier, healthy lifestyle, as opposed to having the convenience of junk food, but it's really not going to be good for you, and it's not good for your finances either. So that would be a good strategy, is just be smarter about everything that you're doing, and not having worse stuff, not having less stuff, but going ahead and shifting how you're spending your money. And actually, you can have better stuff a lot of the time if you just think about it and you plan ahead on how much you can save over time as things continue to snowball. Really, once you get those things consistently that keep adding, that $1 or $2 a day on 5 different things really adds up at the end of the year. So that would be something to consider. So step 4 is minimalism, being happy with what you have, going ahead and selling stuff that you don't need. Just go ahead and sell that off, get some of your money back at least, and then let that be a lesson to you as you go ahead and look for new stuff, because a lot of the times you just buy stuff just to have it. You really don't need a lot of things. It's not going to improve your life, it's not going to improve your happiness, but not having that money, not having that few $100s could be the difference between being stressed about money and your finances and not, as long as you're not spending it on something else. So just don't get so attached to your material possessions, and go ahead and just let it go and just be happy with what you have. And then just get back to basics. You really don't need all this superfluous stuff. Step number 5 would be educate yourself. So this is my favorite step. I love to learn about new things, and as you understand things, your mind begins to change because you don't know what you don't know. So if it's tracking your expenses, maybe you can use Mint. It's an app. You just plug all your cards in and your bank accounts, and it tracks your spending, so you know where all your money's going, so you can know where you think you can cut back, because you'll be amazed once you look at how money can add up on these things that really you don't remember the next day, and didn't really improve your life at all. Maybe it's getting Audible. There's a bunch of great books on there that I love to listen to, like Set for Life, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The 4-Hour Work Week, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Tons of great books. I'll put a link in the description. If you guys want to check that out, you can watch YouTube videos that are educational instead of cat videos, or TV. TV can really, really cut into your life, or playing video games can really cut into your life and really make an impact on your finances, because all those hours spent doing that you really don't get anything out of the next day, can really hold you back from, it's an opportunity cost of not making money elsewhere. So that would be my 5 tips. I hope these helped. If you got any value out of this, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys have an awesome day.